Hey, Pragmata has hacked our hearts. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. That's what the whatever. Mega Man conspiracy. Oh jeez. Okay, let me start this again. Oh, I didn't mute this. Oh my gosh, I'm hear myself in the future. Pragmata has hacked our hearts. Mega Man conspiracy or not? Are we finally getting Metroid news from Nintendo this month? Maybe. And EA dropped some big skate news. All this and more on this episode of Press X Start Gamers Digest. Oh, my button's not working. Of course, of course. One day everything worked perfectly, and you won't even know because it'd be so smooth. Today's not the day. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka I just want to reset everything. Most things. I am joined by
Sean MF Ross.
What does the MNF stand for?
Reset all things.
Control Alt Delete times 2. Times 4 if you're special. Now you know who we are. This is Press X Start Gamers Digest, a video game news show that condenses the most important game news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We are live on YouTube every week when we can make it because, man, life is hard.
But listening to us is easy.
It is. It is. You can make it even easier for us, you, by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and hitting the notification bell. And if you want, you can join our conversation by joining our Discord at pressx2start.com. And again, times 2, if you are listening to our podcast and not the YouTube channel that you are maybe watching right now, you can leave us a review on whatever podcast service you're using. We appreciate that. We appreciate anything you do for us. Thank you. All right. With that out the way, let us jump into the gaming news with number 1. Pragmata's combat puzzle mechanics lives up to the hype. This comes to us from Polygon by way of Michael McWhirter. Did you get to see the Pragmata
Gameplay
video?
I skimmed through it.
Okay.
I already knew I want to get this game from
yeah,
almost 5 years exactly now. I don't need to see anymore. I'm good. I was good with what little they showed us at the State of Play showcase, whatever the hell it was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also pretty much in the same boat as you, but I really wanted to see what the gameplay itself looked like because there's a lot of not conflicting information out there, but more so opinionated. Some people thought that the mix of puzzle with combat felt kind of weird. Other people really loved it, and I didn't really get a chance to see it fully play out. And they had a demo at Gamescom, and it's a pretty fleshed out demo. So this video is actually pulled from GameSpot.
Yeah.
GameSpot. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the article a little bit, and then we can talk about the actual game itself. Capcom already has packed 2026 with at least 3 major sequels: Resident Evil Requiem, Onimusha Way of the Sword, and Monster Hunter's Story 3. Set to overshadow its long development, Pragmata, something brand new from the company. But fans of action games should keep a close eye on Capcom's sci-fi shooter, which brings some intriguing twists to the third-person shooter formula. Polygon played Pragmata early this summer with and hold on. Okay, cool. And executive editor Matt Patches, cool last name, already delivered a glowing preview of the game. He called Pragmata a blast, accurate, and said it fueled frictionless demo, offered a combat-forward third-person shooter experience that felt totally fresh. I got to play a slightly extended version of that demo with which Capcom is showing at Gamescom last week. And while it's all but confirmed, Pragmata was definitely not a secret Mega Man game. Still some hope. Still hope. It certainly left me wanting more. So, in the actual game, the main thing that separates this from a typical third-person shooter is that the... Say it again?
No. Go ahead.
Oh, is that the little girl you have on your back? She is essentially half of the game, where you are fighting these deranged AI powered robots, and they all want to kill you for some strange reason. We don't know why. Eh, maybe there's a virus happening. Maybe all the robots have kind of freaked out, and there's only one fighting robot that could possibly save the day. She just happened to be on your back. Anyways, what she does is, as you can see in the gameplay, you firing your shots at the robot doesn't do much damage. They are pretty much armored up. She has the ability to hack and break the defenses. So once that happens, then they're more vulnerable to your attacks. So for any and every enemy you encounter, you have to go through that process of hacking the enemy first and then attacking and doing damage. So that kind of slows down the combat in a way where you can't just run and gun through the entire game because you're not going to get anywhere. You're literally not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So you have to split up your time between hacking these enemies and doing damage to the enemies. And on the face of it, it's like, oh, that's not too bad. But when you realize that if you're confronted with more than one enemy and you have
Yeah.
to hack both enemies, then it's just like, oh, okay, now we're playing a
I'm
whole
sure they
different
have
game.
like AoE hacks or group hacks or something, or like chaining,
Yeah.
you know,
So
proximity.
right. So that is something that I do want to like kind of talk about, like what the hope would be for the future if like more of this game whenever we see it,
Mhm.
whenever it comes out. Because in the demo that they showed, it is very much so that like you get a standard hack, the actual hacking square that I think the girl's name Diane. I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
Diana.
Oh, Diana. Okay, there you go. And then the guy that you play his name is Hugh Williams. Hugh as in light. Mega Man conspiracy
Ah,
still persists. But yeah, so it there is, I don't know where I want to take this, where I want to go with this. I
I'll
personally
read on.
like. Okay, you go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Each encounter involves some combination of Diana's pretty fun hacking minigame or switching to the best firearm in Hugh's inventory. In addition to a standard rifle that slowly recharges its ammo, it can use a shockwave gun that acts like a futuristic shotgun for close range destruction, and a stasis net that hinders movement. So basically, if you're confronted with multiple enemies, you can freeze them in place for a short period of time. Kind of like Dead Space.
Yeah.
So it says most of his guns have very limited ammo, and while some can recharge, player may want to intentionally deplete a gun's ammo, causing it to self-destruct and grab another fully loaded one. He said, as someone who identifies as a chronic reloader, fire one shot, reload and repeat. That's me. Uh, in games, the idea of carefully managing ammo stocks and basically throwing away a spent weapon took some getting used to, but it was also very fun. Apparently, her hacking minigame is simple, but under pressure, it can feel daunting. You're playing a high speed game of Snake, moving a line through a grid called a hacking matrix, crossing over blue squares, avoiding red squares, and ultimately landing on a green square, I guess, to open up the enemies. But
Right.
Q can also find consumable power ups called hack nodes for her hacking puzzles, adding yellow squares that amp up the strength of her hacks. Those need to be used strategically. He said during a boss battle, he regretted squandering his hack nodes in a fight leading up to a boss. Sounds like he just sucks. You can level up her hacking, it sounds like, because as the gauge fills up during battles, Diana can engage the overdrive protocol, giving her the ability to simultaneously hack multiple enemies. So I pretty much was on the money, I guess. I mean, I can guess how
Yeah.
this gameplay is going to go. I'm all for it. Day one purchase.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't.
Oh, please don't reset.
Let's say it's gonna come out 2026.
Yeah, it's 2026. There's no solid release date
Ah,
beyond that, which sucks.
mhm.
But yeah, I am really excited for this game. It has, okay, this is kind of a walk, but follow me. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like when we first saw Lost Planet, because
Yeah.
before we saw Lost Planet, there was no game like Lost Planet, right? I'm not saying Lost Planet is a great game. It has history. It's all right. But I'm more so just having the surprise of something very new come out of Capcom. Like, yeah, we've seen, teases of this in the past, but like this is a flushed out game that has combat that is very different from what we have in the market right now. And I feel like this is going to do well with
I
an
think it's going to do
asterisk.
well. It's been hyped for 5 years. It's a Capcom game, very
Yes.
photorealistic esque. I'm gonna call it. You know, I
So
see it doing well.
my asterisk is essentially how far do they take the gameplay of this? How far do they take the exploration of this? Like, are you just in this space station this entire time? Like, do you break out and actually go back to Earth and like you're exploring wherever like small part of Earth you're in or whatever? Like, how far are you going with this? Because I think for me, as much as I really enjoy the concept of this game and like think
Yeah.
it looks cool, like the mystery of like what's happening,
Hmm.
if it turns out to be like kind of a encapsulated story where you're just in a space station doing stuff, I think that's fine. But I already can see like, all right, this kind of like all feels the same because you're just in the same like ship for the entire time. Then it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, well, how long is this game? Is this game going to be a 20-hour experience? Is it going to be a 15-hour experience? We don't know. Capcom tends to make pretty chunky games. So it is kind of expected that this is going to also be like a pretty lengthy game. Don't know. That's speculation. But it is a thing of like I start having these questions of like what should I expect from this past the demo they've shown? Because at the end of this demo, there's a boss fight. At the end
Hmm.
of the boss fight, the I guess Diana is able to open up the shielding from the space station, and you can see that you were on the moon, and you can see
Hmm.
Earth in the distance. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Are you alluding that we're gonna go to Earth? Like, is
In the
all this
sequel.
just right in the sequel?
Sequel.
2042, let's go.
Hmm.
But it's just like I'm just kind of wondering like where are we actually going with this game? Like, because I think in the first I think I just answered my question. In the first trailer for this game, what weren't they on Earth? Wasn't Diana on Earth? Scanning something on
Yeah,
the
I
ground
think
or something?
they landed on a Earth-esque looking place. Since
Okay,
they're spacefaring, I'm not just gonna automatically assume it was Earth.
that's true. Could be a colony. Yeah, okay, never mind. I just answered my question. This is probably just going to be the start of things, and you get down to uh Earth or an Earth-like place, and
Hmm.
that trip has caused Hugh's suit to turn blue all of a sudden, and then Diana merges with him, and then they become one. They become a mega Hugh, a mega man type person. I don't know. I'm
Mega Woman,
speculating. There you go. All right.
2026 can be
They can
anything.
do it. She's a robot. Android. Android's a proper term for that.
When you're an Android, they just let you do it.
All right. Yeah, if you want to see more of that video, go ahead and check out the GameSpot preview. I think they did a good job explaining um, you know, what they saw, what they did, their feelings on it, and they ended pretty positively with that.
Yeah.
More positive news. Number 2. A Nintendo Direct is reportedly planned for mid-September. This comes to us from VGC by way of Jordan Midler. So, Reports of the Nintendo Direct has circulated for weeks. Now, Switchforce has suggested that a presentation will be held in September. Sources have told VGC that a Nintendo Direct presentation is, in fact, planned for mid September. It's also worth noting that aside from 2024, a Nintendo Direct has been held virtually every September since Nintendo Direct's presentation began. So, this is definitely going to happen. Notably, if the reported September 12th date is accurate, it would be one day before the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. Oh, so instead of Metroid, we're definitely going to get a new 3D Mario. Totally.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I'm just joking. That's definitely not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think they should release a 3D Mario. Let Bonanza get his shine. Mario can have next year.
Yeah, I think there was rumor. I'm not sure if we talked about it or not, but like some kind of Super Mario Brother package of games or something. I don't know, but I think we'll definitely
Oh
see it there.
yeah. Collection. I think we did report on that.
Yeah. So while the contents of the presentations are currently unknown, it's likely the Nintendo Direct will finally reveal the announcement of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's release date. We'll see. I mean, So I do want to talk about this just for a little bit because it is a weird thing of if they announce Metroid Prime's release date and it is a September release, that should still be fine in terms of uh like Pokemon's release being in October, right?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. It's so weird that like the last big game we saw out of Nintendo after Donkey Kong wasn't talking about Pokemon and the new combat system and so on and so forth. Yeah, and it's just like, okay, so you would think they would keep up the marketing push for Pokemon
They don't need
until
to.
it's out. They don't. They
They can
don't. Because
shadow.
Pokemon.
You know what? I said that GTA was one of the few games that could charge $80 to $100. I think Pokemon might be one of those games. They could shadow drop a full version, not the offshoot bullshits, but a full. It doesn't need that much marketing stuff
Hyping,
for
right?
Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They could shadow drop it like, or say, hey, new Pokemon tomorrow. Boom.
yeah, but I think what I find weird is that like they would essentially be doing this like quick marketing thing for Metroid Prime unless Metroid Prime is going to show up at this direct and it's going to be like the release date is like December or like late November or whatever. So it comes after Pokemon. And then Kirby Air Riders, I think, is later this. Is that 2026? Is that 20? I don't know. But yeah, will we see Metroid Prime 4? I'm thinking we're gonna see Metroid Prime 4. Like it was already rated. It's been rated in I think it was South Korea or something. Definitely not North Korea. So South Korea probably. So usually, yeah, it was in South Korea. So usually when that happens, it's like 4 or 5 weeks after then the game actually releases. So yeah, it'll probably be late September release date, or hopefully not early October because everything else comes out in October. But yeah,
I mean,
what's your
the fan bases for those aren't overlapping
between Metroid Prime 4 and
Battlefield and all that other stuff. Yeah,
Ghost of Yote and well, yeah.
I'm sure.
We'll
Like
see.
if you're interested in all of them, I'm sure you have the money to just buy it and play it when you're ready to.
That's true. That's very true. I am just looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 finally coming out this year so I can
Not
get
play
some
it.
more points on my fancy critic.
Bastard.
Already got so. Oh yeah, by the way, Silk Song coming out next week, September 4th. We talked about the release date, but the release date happened after the podcast. So yes, it is finally confirmed Silksong is coming out this year. Unfortunately, I will no longer be able to put that on my Fantasy Critic League. I don't know what I will do to carry on a new tradition for next year.
Damn.
I'll just have to deal.
DJ's gonna win.
Speaking of deal, number 3, new skate game gets official cover art and early access release date teaser. This comes to us from Insider Gaming by way of Andrew Heighton. EA's long-awaited Skate sequel is in the works. We know it's progressing well, and confirmation of this comes courtesy of the game's X account, which, freaking ad, which has not only showcased its awesome cover art, but also gone one step further and teased us with a tricky early access release date notice. Let's see, 15 years. Yes, 15 years has come and gone since Skate 3. Oh, that's just more. Okay, where's the actual release date?
Oh, you mean for the
August.
newer one?
For the early access.
Tomorrow?
Okay. So yes, it will be early access will be tomorrow. What's your feelings on this?
I was never into Skate because I didn't like the control scheme. I understand that it was supposed to be more realistic or more. It's just different from Tony Hawk. I just prefer it. It was you liked one or the other, I believe.
Yes.
The cross section for people who played both was probably kind of slim.
Here's the thing, okay. I respect Skate. I think it is cool to have two games of the same genre that tackles the genre very differently.
Yeah.
I will say when I first played Skate, I was like, this is trash. I don't understand why this is a thing because we have.
Why can't I change these controls?
It wasn't even. It was like
everything can't bend to your everything can't bend to your DJ.
Why do I have to move like this? But anyways, that was from a perspective of a person who mainline Tony Hawk Pro Skater, who mainline like SSX. Like I was into the more arcadey controls when it came to I want to say extreme sports games. You know what I mean? So it's like having something that was very different. I was just like, this caught me by surprise. I don't know.
I don't like this at all. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but it is. I think for right now, it is cool to see that like Skate is coming out very differently compared to like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4, right?
Yeah,
and how like that is just essentially remastering and changing some things of the old games and bringing those back, whereas Skate is essentially trying to make its own world where it's like it's coming out in early access. I think it is important to understand what early access is and what that means for the people who are excited for this game. It is probably not going to be content rich. Like you will be skating, doing stuff, but don't expect like story. Don't expect a lot of the things to be flushed out. Like go with low expectations, and if you get something that's a surprise, be surprised. But don't expect this game to be a full game coming out in early access.
Yeah,
but that's coming out tomorrow, so we'll see. I guess they will see what's going on with this game because I will be watching and probably not playing because I got a bunch of games that I got to play. Speaking of games where you play, actually, before we do that, hey, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. If you are listening, not watching, leave us a review, whatever podcast service you're using. Appreciate it. And if you want, you can join the conversation by joining our Discord at pressx2 start.com/Discord. Thank you. Back to the show. Number 4, Forza Horizon 6 could be heading to Japan, and the reveal may be sooner than you think. This comes from Windows Central by way of this Jez Gordon. Nope. Zachary Bodie. Oh, that's a cool last name. So, a deleted post and insider Insider Docs may have just revealed Forza Horizon 6 biggest surprise, and Windows Central has reason to believe an announcement is planned for this year. So I'm going ahead and just skip to the good bits. So essentially, Forza Horizon 6 is rumored to take place in Japan. And to make the announcement even cooler, they plan to announce this at Tokyo Game Show. I think that's cool.
Forza ain't our thing, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I respect Forza just like how I respect Skate in terms of like it is a thing that's out there that has a massive following. Like, again, it was in the top 5 best-selling games on PlayStation once it came over to PlayStation. Like, that is a juggernaut of a game. Say what?
I ain't mad at it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think my question after I said that about it releasing on PS5, like, is this gonna come out day and date on essentially everything? Like PC Game Pass, PlayStation, Xbox?
Nah, I don't see them doing that. I see them doing like probably like a 6-month or a few month exclusivity to Xbox.
So
they still want you on Xbox.
But here's my thing though. Do they still want you on Xbox?
Yes.
Because
they don't have to pay Sony a 30%.
Yeah, but it's gonna be on Game Pass.
Doesn't matter.
So
if it's on Game Pass, that means they want people on the subscription service to bolster their numbers for shareholders and all that shit.
Yeah. I you know what it is? I think
Mark, think.
I think I'm so far down the line of like they are just looking for money as much as they can make, and it's just like if there is more of a player base on the PlayStation, then screw it. We're gonna just throw our stuff on PlayStation and just get that money so we can all live another day, kind of thing. But I get I get it being exclusive, right? Because I think when Forza Horizon, like that was one of the launch titles for the Xbox Series S/X. Yeah. So I understand why they would do that, but it's just like I just feel like we're not dealing with the same Microsoft like we knew. I mean, they're not even the same Microsoft with how many times they done switched up their messaging because everything's an Xbox, whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Tokyo Game Show is in September, so we'll know soon enough what's happening with this game. Where is it coming, and if it will be coming everywhere, like some weird freak. All right, number 5. The Division 2 Survivors has been announced. Yes, Division 2 Survivors has been announced. It is coming in 2026. This comes to us from VGC by way of Jordan Midler once again. So you're probably wondering what is Division 2 Survivor? Well, it's an extraction experience. You might be wondering, like, well, wait, didn't the Division 2 already release with an extraction experience called the Dark Zone?
What if you want extraction shooters in your extraction shooters?
See, the cool thing about the survival experience is that you have to extract out of the survivors game, and then you'll be put into Dark Zone. Then you have to extract out of Dark Zone, and then you'll be put into the menus of Division 2. Then you have to extract your game out of your console and fling it out the window. Because why? Why are we doing this? I don't. Here, I get it because I'm getting. Why am I getting? Oh, okay. Thank you, Jordan Midler. The podcast just started going on the website, and I was like, I know that voice, but it's not mine. It's not yours, Sean. This has to stop. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and read some of this. The Division 2 Survivors is as much your baby as it is ours, and we strive for transparency during its development, says Julian Giriti, executive producer. Clear communication and community involvement are a source as a focus as we build the new experience, and we will be closely involving you as we move forward on the development journey. Survivors is the latest in a long line of post release support for the Division 2. The Division 2 was originally released in 2019. And since it has released dozens of post release updates and several significant content additions. Did I miss the actual explanation of what Survivors is? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What?
Hey man. So
All right, cool. We'll see what happens with that if it
comes to fruition.
yeah. Number 6. PlayStation 5 price changes in the US. Well,
Oof.
we were holding our breath and it finally expired.
I mean,
All right, this comes to us.
they held out as long as they could. Go ahead.
They did. They did. So this comes to us from PlayStation blog. Essentially, everything is being up by $50. That means the PS5 is now $550. The digital edition of the PS5 is now $500, and the PS5 Pro is now $750. You were warned for those who was looking to buy the PS5 Pro. You had the time. PlayStation.
They called me
gave you the
crazy.
time. Right? First it was the Portal, now it's the PS5 Pro.
So this is a different take on raising prices, and what I mean by that is Sony raised. I'm not sure. I know which one I prefer. Some people may call this scummy, but they did it. They did the opposite of what Nintendo did, and Nintendo is actually taking more of your money over time. Sony just raised the prices of the consoles, but left all the accessories unchanged for the moment. Nintendo kept the console price the same, but raised the price of every other accessory.
Yeah. And on top of that, there's always the sword of Damocles over your head on like Metroid Prime 4 might be $80 like Mario Kart World was.
Mm-hmm.
I think we know Pokemon's going to be 70. I think we know Pokemon's going to be 70. But like there's always that specter of, oh, this might be an $80 game because the first game
they've already breached that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And as we know so far, PlayStation has not said any of their games will be $80. We will see how long that lasts. Just like the price increase, it lasted a couple of months.
I think they would wait for Microsoft to try to normalize it first because they already took a brunt of the hate for making games $70. I see them holding out.
Yeah, I totally see that they don't raise the base price to $80 and just continue doing their deluxe editions.
Yeah,
those like higher tier ones. But yeah, I mean this was bound to happen. They held out as long as they could, and they're just like, all right, time to pull the trigger. And I think this also comes in line with Mr. Big Orange Man basically flirting around with tariffs again and kicking that whole thing back up. And so it's just like, okay, well, Sony's probably like, we have to protect ourselves, and this is what that looks like.
Yeah,
more money from us. All right, these are 2 other Sony stories. So 6A, Sony sells ownership stake in Evo to Nodwin Gaming. This comes to us from IGN. So yeah, Sony owned Evo, or I guess owned majority stake. No, I think they bought Evo.
And they bought it outright.
Yeah, right.
I believe.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this comes to us from Rebecca Valentine. Sony has sold its ownership stake in fighting game competition event Evo to Indian gaming and events company Nodwin Gaming, leaving Nodwin and RTS as joint owners. This is the second time Evo has changed hands in 4 years. It was previously purchased jointly by Sony and RTS, a
Okay,
talent
yeah.
yeah, okay, a talent management and branding consulting company founded by streamer Pokimane. Oh, oh, okay. Back in 2021. Sony is not fully departing Evo, but it will be a global sponsor of Evo through 2028 and is one of the backers of Nodwin Gaming. What?
Mm-hmm.
When SIE acquired Evo alongside RTS in 2021, our goal was to help the Evo community grow and spotlight the skills and passion of fighting game fans on a global scale, said Phil Rosberg. Rosenberg?
Yeah, Rosenberg.
Rosenberg, okay. SVP and head of global partner development and relations at Sony Interactive Entertainment. As SIE transitions to become an Evo sponsor, the momentum for Evo has never been stronger. Following a successful Las Vegas event and upcoming expansion to new regions, we look forward to supporting the continued growth of Evo globally. Okay, that's cool. So essentially, instead of co-owner, they're now sponsor,
Hmm.
and they still have ties to Evo because of their relationship with Nodwin Gaming. Business talk. Gotta love it. Ah, ah. We'll see.
Interesting.
All right. 6B. Bungie CEO Pete Parsons is leaving after nearly a decade. This comes to us from VGC by way of also Jordan Miller. So Pete Parsons was one of the founders of Bungie, right? Yes, establishing the Bungie Foundation. So, he worked on pretty much Halo, Destiny, uh maybe the first marathon, depending on, how old he was. I'm not sure if that's the case. But this is a
Okay.
big good.
He became CEO in 2016. That's why it says leaving after almost a decade. But he's been with Bungie since 2002.
Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is an interesting uh thing that's happening here because I believe that this is like probably step 2 or step 3 of the absorption of Bungie into PlayStation Studios, and this is a result of them probably missing their not probably definitely missing
Their
their
marks.
milestones and
Mm.
yeah with for marathon. And I'm not exactly sure. I think Destiny has been profitable. I think it's been doing good. I haven't really been following Destiny, so I really don't know. But again, Marathon not in great shape, and I think that was part of their contract they had with Sony, and this is a result of that. And Pete Parsons is stepping down because they don't need a CEO of that capacity once they're
Yeah.
under the umbrella of PlayStation Studios. So that's probably why this is happening. But don't worry, he'll be fine because his parachute was most certainly written into that contract. So
Man.
gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, okay. So we can end this up with the quick hits. I should say quick hit because number 7. Microsoft still can't say how much the ROG Xbox Ally X will cost due to macroeconomic conditions, despite announcing release date and availability details. This comes to us from IGN. Oh man, so Microsoft is getting gun shy about the price for
Hmm.
its handheld. Um, the rumored price so far has been $550 for the ROG Ally, and then 900 for the ROG Ally X, which is entirely too much money for what that's supposed to do. But we will see. I am personally, I'm not confident this is going to do any real numbers just because this is a Microsoft product.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, not unfortunately, it's their own issue. They have been turning their own fans away from buying hardware by saying everything's an Xbox. So for the people to turn around and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go
I
ahead
don't know
and
if
just
they're turning their fans away, more so trying to convert them to another form of income for them.
yeah. I mean, they're saying that you don't need to buy the Xbox hardware because there's no benefit to that if you can, one, if their exclusives are being released on PlayStation,
Hmm.
and if you can get access to Game Pass literally everywhere. So it's just like, why am I spending this extra money on this box that looks like an X when I can just play your game on the box that is glowing in my background?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's possible that there's a huge market for this that is going to support this whenever it comes out. As it is right now, we don't know when it's going to come out. There were supposed to be pre-orders that dropped from Gamescom, but they didn't do that because they were gun shy about the price. So we will see. We'll see what happens with that eventually. All right. Before we completely end this, let us talk about the games we've been playing. I have been talking a lot. So, Sean, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a classic from the Genesis days,
Mm.
reimagined. Shinobi Art of Vengeance demo. This is, I can't say this is a competitor to Ninja Gaiden. It's just different. I don't know what the vibe was or the climate was back when like both of them originally were released.
Yeah. I don't.
Ninja Gaiden looks more pixelated and retro and 16-bit. Shinobi is hand drawn. Everything looks hand drawn. Everything looks beautiful. Not gonna say Ninja Gaiden doesn't look beautiful. It's just a different look, and it may be people like different things.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say. I think back in the like Sega era, Shinobi was on top, and then Ninja Gaiden got its leg up in the
Mhm.
360 era with the Ninja Gaiden game, and then also Ryu Hayabusa appearing in Dead or Alive, and like that
Yeah,
kind of carried them forward. Whereas Shinobi, I don't think they have. There hasn't been a 3D Shinobi game.
it has. It was
There
on
has. Oh,
PlayStation 2. Yeah.
okay. Because I keep thinking of Strider, and I'm just like, no,
No,
Strider's
no, no,
definitely
no,
not
no, no,
Shinobi.
no.
I don't know why my brain just keeps jumping to Strider. But like, yeah, so
I could tell you. Oh, god damn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was PS2.
was PS2.
Came out in 2002 actually.
Oh,
Um let me see. Let me be me. Try to shut me down, MTV.
yeah. But why you look for that? Yeah, I also played this demo and I really, really enjoyed it. I was paying close attention to this and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I think that's what it is.
Mhm.
And it when I looked at that game, I was like, oh, that looks fine. The combat felt kind of like almost more puzzly in that like you're
Yeah.
not doing combos. It's like kind of like one hit kill for the enemy. So you're just trying to figure out how to get through them as quick as possible. There was a character change thing that like changed your abilities. So it was like
Mhm.
more of a puzzle where Shinobi to me felt more like a arcade side scroller beat 'em up with that's sort of puzzly in that you have to deal with these enemies at different levels and figure your way up, but it was more like hack and slash combo based, and like that just appeals to me outright. So
Mm.
playing the game, it was very much so like pressing buttons, smashing buttons, doing combos, and like seeing cool things, and then like kind of pausing, going back into the menus and figuring out what I just did, and just kind of like figuring out the movement mechanics, the ways of like using your kunai to like kind of stun people to get over there to do some like combos, get them up in the air,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. I I think the combo system is really really cool. I'm kind of thinking like it's cool because the demo is probably
Mm.
I guess like 30 minutes or something, right? It's not long at all.
I've spent like an hour on it apparently. So
Oh, okay.
and, you
Yeah,
got to the end boss in 30 minutes.
I think so. Yeah, because
You weren't exploring and stuff then.
I mean, I did. Well, okay, I only did one of the elite squad things in the stage
Granted,
because
that's
I kept the
probably all
solo
you
on.
could do, but I mean, there was other like boxes and things to explore and like unlock skills and what have you.
Yeah, yeah, because I got that little down dive thing, but I didn't go back and actually use
Mm,
it. So
gotcha.
it was a thing of like I was trying to get through it so I could be able to talk about it on this. So there's that as well. Yeah, like going through the demo and just like playing and just having fun. It's just like, ooh, this kind of reminds me. This takes me back to my childhood of like playing games like this. It's like, oh, this is cool. And then I personally, I appreciate the style of Ninja Gaiden and Ragebound, but I think Shinobi just looks hands down better because it is
Hand drawn.
hand drawn, and I'm just personally over the like pixel look. I grew up with that. I don't really need that anymore. But yeah, I Shinobi Art of Vengeance, really cool, really cool.
So apparently, and this is just an offshoot, but it originally came out on like the first 3D version came out on PS2 for 2000, in 2002. Apparently, it was originally planned for the Dreamcast, but because Dreamcast was discontinued, they moved it to PS2.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll say that makes sense. Sega, smart what they
Yeah.
did not do that. Okay. And the other game I played is also a sword game, but it's different in that it is Sword of the Sea, which is if you don't know what this game is and you know what Journey is, think Journey mixed with Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and you have Sword of the Sea. So you play as this um dried up husk of a character that gets rehydrated by a drop of water. It activates you and your sword, and instead of swinging your sword, you throw your sword on the ground and it becomes a surfboard, and you're basically just surfing these like waves of dunes in this desert. And as you're playing through, you stumble upon this thing where you can interact with by resonating, and just
Hmm.
basically creates like a bubble of like force around you. And when you resonate with this thing, it's like a tower, and it slowly transforms, and like the desert around it breaks away and it becomes a sea. And it's just like, what's happening here? And it
Interesting.
creates a path that you're able to go downhill, and you like zoom downhill on this like water path, and it takes you to this next area. And then you start to understand what you're doing in this game. And to me, what I've gotten so far out of my time playing the game is that like I am slowly converting this desert back into a sea. And the next area that I got to play in, it's like you have to collect these things to complete like you have to collect a number of these things to unlock this gate to unlock the area. And then when you unlock the area transforms more into a sea sort of environment. And then I got like cool dolphins that just appeared out of nowhere from the sea, and they just kind of followed me around. It's like, oh, this is cool. I don't really know what's happening in this game. I'm having a good
Mm,
time. The more of this currency you collect in the game, you're able to trade it into this vendor guy, and then he will give you access to um skate tricks. It's
yeah.
kind of a I wish the tricks was like better blended into the game, into the story, like into the narrative of like what's happening. Cause it's just like, oh, you can now do spin tricks. And I'm like, what? Okay,
You didn't
cool.
know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it's so weird. But yeah, I plan on playing more of that because it was fun. It is fun. It wasn't like, oh, this feels pretentious, or oh, this feels like tacked, or this skating system or snowboarding system feels tacked on. It all flowed really well, and it was a cool experience. So yeah,
Gotcha.
that's sort of the C. Check it out. Oh, check it out. It's included PlayStation Extra, at
PlayStation
least
Plus.
that's what I
Oh.
have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus Extra. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh
you
wait, so
definitely
this
have
is a full
access to
game.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I still ain't
Yep.
gonna play it.
And then I also wanted to play the demo to Hell Is Us,
Hmm.
but I didn't get a chance to
You a
download it, so
sucker?
I'll probably, yeah, life be life. And so I'll probably download it and probably give it a go before the next time we do this thing, so I could talk about it there as well.
Mm.
But
Okay.
that's it. That has been another episode of Press X to Start Gamers Digest. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget, if you are listening, please leave us a review on whatever podcast service you're tuned in on. And don't forget, for a third time, second time, I don't know, everything's kind of blends into one. If you want, you can join a conversation by joining our Discord at pressx2start.com/Discord.
Gotcha.
Well, that's it. We did it. We hope you had a good time. Keep playing games. Stay safe out there. I mean that in the purest sense of the word, because crazy out there. Um and yeah, take care. Bye.
Peace.